Hello, this is Oliver from Neo, and today we are going to talk about cold brewed green tea. What you need is a bottle. You can take one of these Haria bottles, which I have. It's actually a Japanese product. And what is pretty nice about this one here, so you have a silicone top here, and you got the filter, which is filtering directly the tea from the bottle, and this one here is out of glass. And what you need is tea, a green tea in this case. I have two different sorts here. I will explain you later why. And you need water. So this is filtered water, around a half a liter of water, which I prepared here for the session. Good. So, but what is actually the good or the positive thing? So one is really that it's very easy to do. It's very easy to take away, you can drink it on the go, and cold brew green tea is really for beginners, especially in tea. It's an amazing thing to have. But there are certain things about cold brew green tea which differs from the hot green tea. If you just go on the health benefits, for example, cold brewed green tea has a higher amount of amino acids in them because actually with the cold water or the amino acids, they react more sensitive to heat. So actually when you cold brew green tea, you have more amino acids in the tea, especially of the amino acid EGGC. So the amino acid EGC is most common in cold brew green tea, or the level rises the highest up, which actually strengthens your immune system, so you are at less risk to get cold or get a cold and that's why it actually promotes the immune system or strengthens the immune system together with vitamin C. Green tea in general is a product or is a nutrient which has a lot of vitamin C. This is something many people don't know. So actually a high amount of vitamin C in green tea together with the high amount of EGC, this finally strengthens your immune system so you get less sick. And another thing is that you actually have also less tannins in the tea. On the one hand, it makes the tea slightly less bitter, and on the other hand, it is known that actually tannins bring or can inhibit slightly the absorption of iron in the body. Cold brew green tea has one special aspect as well with it, is that actually you have less caffeine going into the tea. So with the cold brewed green tea, as the caffeine especially goes out of the leaves above 40 to 50 degrees Celsius, you have much less of caffeine in the tea. It has been measured that you have around maybe 10 to 15 milligrams of caffeine in a cold brewed green tea. And when you have a hot brewed green tea, depending on the different teas, you can be at 50, 60, or with a really high grade Gyokuros, which is like the highest grade green tea in Japan. You can go up to 120, 130 milligrams. Just for a comparison, for example, a Robusta coffee can be between 19 and 120 milligrams. So you see with the 10 to 15 milligrams, we are at a very, very low level. One small negative point is still existing in the green tea. So as I said before, you have less tannins, so it is a less bitter taste or less bitter tea. But with the tannins, you also have a detoxifying aspect coming into the tea. So this you have a little bit less. So you have higher amino acids, strengthening more the immune system, but you have a little bit less of a detoxifying aspect in the cold brewed tea. But now let's go over to the taste. In the taste, I have here now two different teas. So one here is actually, so this one here is actually Fukamushi Sencha, and this one here is a typical normal sencha. Fukamushi is within the scope of the teas one of the best teas used for cold brew green tea. The aspect is that you can even have a Misudashi sencha, so this is actually a tea which is made for cold brew green tea, and there they cut the tea in finer particles. But as the Fukamushi sencha, it is longer steamed so the leaves break a little bit faster, and it is actually a finer tea, so you can see it here when I bring it closer to the camera. So actually you have a tea which is which has finer particles. When we just take the sencha as a comparison, so I take these two and I show them to you, you see that this tea here has a little bit of thicker leaves and this one here has finer leaves. So the Fukamushi has really finer leaves and the sencha actually brings a little bit of thicker leaves with him. So why do I actually choose these two teas? So what I personally really like about the Fukamushi sencha is, especially this one here, which you got from the farmer Sato, is actually that this tea carries a lot of amino acids already, so there's a strong umami taste, a strong sweetness in it. When I just smell the leaves, it's really strong in the taste, in the nose. It is there's a grassy taste, but most especially there's a really like asparagus, nearly asparagus note. And I just take the packaging as well. Here you really have this asparagus note, sweetness coming into your nose, and this is what I like about this tea. When I take the sencha here is a more grassy taste, so actually sencha brings this freshness of grass and summer with him. Also when I smell the tea, there's really a fragrance of grass, nearly a flowery note, so there's a more fresher summer breeze or summer freshness note with the sencha, and that's why I like to mix the sweetness of the umami of the Fukamushi cha together with the freshness of the sencha. So what I did is, like, I have here now 3 grams of sencha and 3 grams of the Fukamushi, and just mix it a little bit so you got it here all together in the water bottle, in the glass bottle. And now I just fill it up with water, a little bit more than half a liter, like this. Then I put the top on it and I just leave it like this. Now what you can do actually, and this is the easiest thing about cold brew green tea, either you just leave it for 15 minutes, what we do here now. You can leave it up to 1 hour, where the tea really will develop with the time more of sweetness, and it gives more to the taste. After 1 hour, the cold brew green tea has actually, or it is said that it has the best health benefits in the water. So after about 1 hour, it is actually perfect. But finally, you can leave it in even 12 up to 18 hours in the water. There's no issue with that. If it's longer, then you will start to have a fermentation, so the liquid gets a little bit brownisher, which will also give you a taste of older tea. But here we can leave it in like after 15 minutes. After 15 minutes we are already fine with this tea, and then, as I said, you can leave it up until 1 hour. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna just leave it here for the time being, and then I will just come back and then we'll have a look how the tea is after this 15 minutes. Good, we are back, and our green tea or cold brew green tea is done. So you can see that actually the leaves have gotten much bigger just in this 15 minutes where the tea is in the water, so it really has gone up, and it gave especially the tea very beautiful color. And we just have a sip of this cold brew green tea. As said before, I just had 50% of this tea, 3 grams of a Fukamushi sencha and 50 grams of sencha from Yakushima. Fresh note, rather grassy note with a strong umami taste. So let's see how the taste is already. In the nose I have a lot of sweetness, so actually what the amino acids do taste-wise is that they really give a nice, smooth and mellow taste to the tea. A lot of sweetness in the tea thanks to the amino acid, and one of the most famous amino acids in green tea is L-theanine. Yeah, there's already a lot of sweetness in the tea. There is only a very small hint of bitterness to it. You feel this creamy umami taste on my tongue. It's really lingering in the mouth. It's like the sencha is really in the beginning. I have a fresh summer drink. It's really refreshing, and then later comes in this nice mellow smoothness, this sweetness from actually the Fukamushicha, from these umami notes also coming out of the sencha into the water. And what you can see is this is also something from the Fukamushi sencha. You can see here sediments in the tea water. This is something which is really nice. It is not only a natural refreshing drink, but it's also very cheap. Only with 6 to 7 grams of tea I can make up to 1 liter to 1.5 liter, which is really very simple and tasty drink at a very affordable price. And this is what I personally like about green tea, about the cold brew green tea, is that actually it's very easy to do. You don't need any time, you don't need to look on any time. You just pour it in, wait for an hour, for 15 minutes, up to an hour, or you can leave it 4, 5, 6 during the night, get up in the morning. As I said before, not so strong in caffeine, but much stronger in amino acids, so much smoother, much more this sweetness in the tea, and this is what I personally like about the cold brew green tea. Okay, so this is it. I wish you all the best and have a great day and have a great week. See you soon.